I'm gonna apologize in advance if this video feels lecture-y. I'm not trying to feel lecture-y in telling you this, but I need to be honest today, so buckle up. Ready to hear it? This video is for buyers. Thank you for watching. My name is Leslie. I am a realtor here in North Idaho. I am doing a new video every week on life and real estate in North Idaho. If you like what I'm talking about, if you like my other videos, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss a video. And I think that's it. If you ever want to talk shop, talk about a home search, if you want, or if you're thinking about relocating, just give me a call. I'm very easy to get a hold of. My phone number is in the description down below and here on the screen. And all right, let's jump into it. When we bought our first house in Coeur d'Alene 2 years ago, there was no inventory. We made the 6-hour drive to come see some houses, and there was 3 options. 3. 2 were horrible, so we bought the third. We definitely bought at the height of the market price-wise, which was a bummer, but at least rates were still in the 3s, so I'm not going to complain about it. Right now, I am hearing lots of complaints about rates. Everyone is waiting for rates to come down before they buy a house. It's an understandable desire. I totally get that. Today is January 19th, 2024, and rates are in the high 6s, mid to high 6s. I think it was like 6.6. They have been steadily coming down, and about 10 weeks ago, rates were in the 8s. If you are waiting for rates to come down, I hear you, I honor your decision, but I also want to make sure you're seeing the full picture of the market before you are making a promise to yourself that might not even be in your best interest. Sometimes we just make these decisions, we don't fully think about them, and then it backfires. So when we were looking for our first house here, it seemed like everything that remotely looked like it was going to work for us was $600,000 or more. There weren't any options lower than that. Those listings did not exist. Rates being in the 3s, being so low, made the prices just go crazy, and homes that should have sold in the 400s were selling in the 600s. Well, it's not like that right now. These higher rates have forced sellers to be reasonable with their pricing, and as of today, there are 16 listings in the general Coeur d'Alene area on the market for under $400,000. And I'm going to come back and do another video about what these homes are like. What are we looking at when I say it's under $400,000? Is it a pile of garbage or is it a decent house? We'll do that one later. Let's say you have a 20% down payment saved and you've got good credit. If you bought a $400,000 home, your payment is going to be around $2,400 a month. Isn't that the same as rent? Let's say the home has been sitting on the market, and as we're writing this offer, we're deciding it's not going to hurt to ask for closing cost credit. So let's say we ask the seller to kick in 2% of the purchase price, or about $8,000, to help buy down your rate, and that would buy down your rate by roughly 0.5%. The rule of thumb is 1% of the purchase price buys down the rate by 0.25%. And that would drop your payment by another $100 a month. If it were me, I would probably just take that $8,000 and put it toward my loan origination fee and closing costs to keep some cash in my pocket for moving, for buying new furniture, emergency fund, whatever. So now you own a home. You are paying about the same as you would as rent. And let's say rates are continuing to drop and you want to refinance. Once we get down to about 5% interest rate, you might decide I'm going to pull the trigger on that refi, and then that would knock off about another $300 a month. So now your payment is closer to $2,100 a month. Refinancing costs about 1% of the loan balance plus title and escrow fees. So around $5,000 average. It's different for every scenario. And you can also usually work with your lender to build this into the refinance as well. So all of that being said, there are homes, my message right now, there are homes you can buy right now while the market is still cool, where you can get in at a good price, manage the payment with the rates at their current level, and still be paying approximately what you would pay to rent, and then refinance when rates come down more. Let's paint another picture. Let's pretend rates are now in the low 5s or even the high 4s. You want to buy that house for $400,000. Now there are bidding wars on every house because more buyers can now afford to buy. In fact, you are seeing all these $400,000 homes come and go because it's all bidding wars and there's so many more people trying to buy them. And you're like, well, rates have gone down. I can afford to pay a little bit more now that rates are lower. So let's look at homes in the $500,000 range. You find one that you love for $500,000. We put in an offer on it. There are already multiple offers. So to be competitive, now you're going over asking. So instead of writing an offer for list price or even less, because now there's all these buyers competing. And what I'm trying to say is that instead of writing an offer for list price or even a little bit below list price, because right now, there's not buyers out there writing a bunch of offers on houses. So a lot of sellers are going to work with buyers to get a sale. If you're waiting for rates to come down, and we're now writing this offer on a $500,000 home, you're not going to be asking for any seller concessions. And as we are trying to figure out how to write this offer for you to win it, we're going over asking. So let's say we pay an additional $30,000 over asking. We're writing an offer where we're having to then write an appraisal gap clause for that difference. So in the case that the house does not appraise for $530,000, you are telling the seller that you're going to take $30,000 of your down payment and just give it to them. Like, here is this $30,000. Because you are telling them, if it doesn't appraise, I will pay you the difference to make you whole at that $530,000 sales price, right? So if this house was listed at $500,000, it does not appraise for $530,000, you are taking part of your down payment and using that to pay the difference. And now, instead of putting $100,000 down, which is 20% of the purchase price, you're putting down $70,000 towards your down payment, and the other $30,000 is going to the seller. That puts you under the 20% down payment benchmark, where if you're put more than 20% down, if you put down 20% or more, you're not paying private mortgage insurance or PMI. Now you're putting down below 20%, so you are paying PMI. That is adding like $180, $200 a month to your mortgage payment. So now your payment is around $3,000 a month at 5% interest. So are you guys following me? Are you getting the message I'm trying to send? It's going to cost you so much more to wait for a competitive market. There are some serious risks that come along with waiting for rates to drop, including home prices escalating and increased competition from other buyers. And I'm not trying to just use scare tactics. I'm just trying to tell you what I see is coming. I am talking to dozens of people every day about the real estate market. 90% of the buyers that I talk to are waiting for rates to come down before they are going to get serious. If that's you, like, I'm talking to you right now, and I'm being so frank about this, waiting could really bite you in the butt. I'm not saying like high pressure, go buy a house right now. My advice is simply get pre-approved now. Let's talk to that lender now. Start shopping for a home now. And if the stars align, and if you find a house that you like, that we can get you into before spring selling seasons, and if these rates continue to drop, when all of the buyers come back out of the woodwork, let's do it. If we don't find anything good, if all of the listings right now suck and you end up waiting until spring or summer before writing offers, that's fine too. I'm just trying to say, let's get out there to look ahead of the curve. Maybe this is my being a realtor during COVID PTSD coming out, but the days where I was writing offers for buyers, competing against 10 or more other offers, it doesn't feel like that long ago. This still feels very fresh for me, and I don't want to go back there. So we were writing appraisal gap clauses on every offer, waiving inspections, sometimes going 10% or more over asking to win bids. Why overpay if you don't have to? If we could try to get you in before it gets like that. If you want to start the process and have a conversation about timing for your home purchase, give me a call. I'd love to hear your story, hear about what you're looking for, and see what I can do to guide you through the process and save you money in the market. Thank you for watching.